Do you ever find yourself trapped in the shadows of your past, carrying wounds that refuse to heal, wounds that whisper pain in your quiet moments, that weigh heavy on your heart and blur the path forward? If you've felt that ache, that heaviness inside, I want you to know this narration is for you. By the time you finish listening, you will have stepped into a space of emotional clarity and gentle strength, a place where healing is not just a distant hope, but a growing reality within you. Healing from our past wounds is not about erasing memories or pretending pain never happened. It's about learning to hold your story with kindness, discovering the courage to face what hurts, and slowly finding peace amid the chaos that lingers. This journey I'm about to share is an invitation not to fix you overnight, but to help you reconnect with your inner light, even when it feels buried beneath layers of hurt and regret. I want you to feel understood right now, because I know what it's like to carry invisible scars, to walk through life feeling fractured, unsure if the pieces will ever fit back together. This isn't a lecture, it's a conversation, a companion by your side whispering the truth. Your wounds do not define you, and your past is not the prison you might believe it to be. Healing is not linear, and it is not simple. It can be messy, painful, and exhausting. Yet, within that difficulty lies profound transformation, a rebirth of your spirit, a reclaiming of your power. You will learn to sit with your pain without fear, to face the memories that haunt you without turning away, and to embrace the parts of yourself you've hidden away in shame or sorrow. I will walk you through what it truly means to heal, just the surface but the depths where old wounds fester and shape your thoughts, your feelings, your very way of being. Together, we'll explore how forgiveness, self-compassion, and acceptance are not empty words but lifelines. You will discover the strength to rewrite your relationship with your past so it no longer controls you but serves as a foundation for growth. This is a space where you can begin to breathe freely again, where the weight you've carried can slowly lift, and where the light of hope can pierce through the darkness. No matter how broken you feel right now, healing is possible. Your heart is more resilient than you know. Stay with me in this moment. Let's begin the journey of turning pain into power, wounds into wisdom, and scars into symbols of survival. This is your story, raw, real, and ready for healing. And I promise, by the end of our time together, you will feel a little lighter, a little stronger, and a little more at peace with the past that once held you hostage. There's a quiet kind of suffering that doesn't always show on the surface, the kind that lives in the silent spaces of your mind, in the moments when no one else is watching. It is the pain you tuck away, the memories you push down, the feelings you tell yourself you shouldn't have. If you've ever felt this, you know how lonely it can be. You might have tried to ignore it, to bury it under distractions or busyness, hoping it would disappear on its own. But wounds left untreated don't vanish. They linger, whispering doubt and fear into your soul. The first truth I want you to hear is this: your pain is valid. It deserves to be seen and heard, not hidden or denied. It's okay to acknowledge that you have been hurt deeply, profoundly, and it's okay to admit that you don't have all the answers yet. Healing doesn't ask you to be perfect or strong all the time. It simply asks you to be honest with yourself, to give yourself permission to feel what you feel without judgment. Imagine for a moment holding your pain as if it were a fragile bird in your hands. You don't have to squeeze it tight or let it fly away immediately. You just hold it gently, with care and patience. This is the beginning of healing, not rushing to fix, but learning to be present with what is, to sit in the discomfort instead of running from it, to listen to your story without shame or blame. And in those moments of stillness, something begins to shift. The sharp edges of your pain start to soften. You begin to realize that you are more than your wounds. You are a complex, beautiful being who has endured hardship and is still standing. This realization is powerful because it plants a seed of hope, a whisper that says, I can survive this, I can find peace. But how do you move from surviving to truly healing? It starts with learning to forgive, and I don't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. Forgiveness is a radical act of self-love. It is saying to yourself, I will not allow this pain to continue to control me. Forgiving is releasing the heavy burden of resentment and anger that keeps you chained to the past. It is not about others, it's about freeing yourself. Forgiveness can be one of the hardest steps because it asks you to be vulnerable and courageous at the same time. You might feel angry or betrayed, and that's natural. Those feelings are real and they matter, but holding on to them forever keeps your heart locked in a cage Imagine unlocking that cage, even just a crack, and letting a bit of light in. That light is your future self calling you toward freedom. Alongside forgiveness, compassion must become your closest ally. Compassion for others, and just as importantly, compassion for yourself. Too often we are our own harshest critics, replaying every mistake, every moment of weakness, and calling ourselves unworthy or broken. But what if you treated yourself as kindly as you would a dear friend? What if you offered yourself the same patience and understanding you so readily give to others? This gentle kindness toward yourself is transformative. It creates a safe space within where healing can grow. When you stop fighting yourself, you begin to heal. When you allow yourself to be imperfect, you begin to reclaim your power. Healing also calls for acceptance, not the resignation of giving up, but the brave acknowledgement of what is. Acceptance is looking at your past wounds clearly, without flinching or hiding, and saying, "This happened to me, I am still here." It is facing your story honestly and choosing not to let it define your future. There will be days when acceptance feels impossible, when the weight of your pain feels too heavy to carry. On those days, remember that acceptance is a process, not a single moment. It's a journey made up of many small steps, each one moving you closer to peace. And what about hope? Hope is the quiet thread that weaves through the darkness, reminding you that healing is possible, even when it feels distant. Hope does not deny the pain, it acknowledges it and still believes in a better tomorrow. It is the steady heartbeat that keeps you moving forward, even when the path is unclear. You may wonder if you'll ever feel whole again. The truth is, healing doesn't mean going back to who you were before the wounds. It means becoming someone new, someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Your scars will remain, but they will be symbols of your strength, not your weakness. This transformation happens slowly. It is not a race, but a lifelong dance between holding on and letting go, between pain and peace. Some days will feel like setbacks, but each moment of struggle is also an opportunity to grow. As you walk this path, surround yourself with people who lift you up, who see your worth, even when you struggle to see it yourself. Healing thrives in connection, in the gentle presence of others who remind you that you are not alone, and remember to nurture yourself with practices that ground you. Whether it's quiet moments of reflection, creative expression, or simply breathing deeply when life feels overwhelming, these acts of care are like drops of water that slowly fill the well of your soul. So, take a deep breath now. Feel the rhythm of your own life pulsing through you. Know that within you is a well of resilience that has carried you through every storm so far. Healing your past wounds is not about forgetting, it's about embracing all parts of your story with courage and love, and choosing to step forward into the light. Your journey is your own, but it is not one you have to take alone. I am here, with you, holding space for your healing, believing in your strength, and honoring your truth. You are not broken. You are beautifully whole, on your way to peace.